This brand was cancelled. I'll give you guys a warning because I do not want anyone doing this. No? Hello there, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well. Today, I'm feeling a little bit nervous, a little bit scared. And no, it's not because Halloween is in the air. I am scared right now because I'm about to share with you some brands and products that I genuinely really like, but I've been really scared to say it on the internet. It's very interesting, the kind of space and the world that we've got into now where, like, if you like something that other people don't like or someone's done something controversial, you can get shut down and cancelled in seconds.
That's over, it's cancelled.
So I found this for myself a lot, that I was kind of censoring myself and being a bit nervous because I just didn't want to say what I liked, and people are gonna be like, oh, you're not genuine, oh my God, you're a sellout, oh my gosh, you're this, oh my God, you're cancelled. But I feel like now I've like come to this place where I'm like, I don't give a. I will say what I like, do what I like, use what I like, and share it with those of you who are interested. And for those of you who have a problem with it, you're cancelled. So for those of you guys who want to know Patricia's raw truth, what she real likes, controversial or not, then keep on watching. For those of you who don't, before you get offended, it might be time to go. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. And in the meantime, let's get into this video. Now, the first product I was scared to say that I liked had to be baby wipes. Baby wipes. I use these before my makeup, to take off my makeup at night. The thing is that wipes in general, people are like, oh my gosh, you should not be using wipes. But on a tired night out, you're gonna use wipes. I am a mama, and sometimes the only wipes I got is baby wipes. And these work really, really well. I have used them to prep my skin beforehand, and they're kind of textured. I mean, they're great for the booty, and they're also great on the face. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, especially around the eye area, but I don't care. It just makes for like a great prep before makeup and at night. Okay, next up is an oldie but a goodie. And for me, it's the Vaseline with an extra apostrophe. I know it contains mineral oil. I know it's, you know, really quote unquote bad for you. It's literally petroleum jelly, but this ish is bomb. When my lips look like sand, you know, petroleum jelly isn't amazing for you and mineral oils aren't amazing for you. But growing up, I used to put Vaseline on myself from head to toe. I looked moist, I glistened, and I was happy. And I gotta say, I'm still a Vaseline fan. I'm not ashamed to say that. Sometimes when my skin feels dry, I'll just like put Vaseline on my face. Poor clogging hell. I know some of you guys are cringing. But you know what? It's never done me any bad. I'm also gonna go ahead and say I don't like live for primers. I do live for moisturizers. I love the vitamin enriched face base from Bobbi Brown. Do you see that glow? Do you see that moisture? Oh, hello. So next is actually more of a brand that, not that I've been afraid to say that I've liked, and I have, you know, done some stuff on Instagram with them, but I always felt nervous to share that I like some brands that are a little bit bougie, a little bit more on the pricey side. That brand is By Terry. By Terry is a little bit of a bougier French brand. They've got lip balms, you know, that cost £40. The Balm de Rose is a little bit more expensive, but it's good. Sometimes people can be a bit critical about how you spend your money or what you spend your money on. Don't get me wrong, guys, I love a bargain. I love a cheap alternative and a bargain. But in the same breath, I love high quality formulated ingredients that have a higher price tag. I will pay for it. They've got so many absolutely fantastic, amazing products, but they don't necessarily have an entire shade range. Shock horror, I'm using a brand that doesn't necessarily cater to darker skin tones. No! Oh, how do you justify that? How do you justify it? It's really hard. Some of their products are so good and they feel so luxurious, and I think I've actually met the founder of By Terry, and she kind of put her hands up and was like, girl, I know we don't necessarily cater to all the skin tones we want to, but from her words was that she hasn't found from their sales and when they have produced darker products that people purchase them. She makes custom foundations and she has made custom foundations for I'm not gonna say who, extremely high profile women of color who come to her to make their own perfect foundation. They've got like one concealer that I can use and that's about it, but it's really good. So I'm gonna go in with the By Terry Cellular Rose. This is the Brightening CC Serum. And I'm actually gonna use this more like a primer and it also gives you glow. And I'm just using this on areas that I want to glow. Listen, I'm gonna be radiant. And I'm scared about my foundation because you guys are gonna be like, oh. So as much as I love my expensive, I also like my bargains. These bad boys, these sponges where you can get a pack of like 20 for £1 from the pound shop. I'm still a fan, I will still use them. It's not every day £14 for a beauty blender, a sponge. So next up, this is a new thing that I've become afraid or, to say that I like, and it is actually Kat Von D. Kat Von D, I feel like was one of the brands and one of the individuals who really kind of helped to pioneer and push like the makeup industry further. She was like the first like face to get a whole like collection in like Sephora. But she's been saying some ish that is so left. To be honest, she's always been a little bit left. When you hang around with certain individuals, I'm already giving you a side look, right? I don't always trust you. And then, you've done certain videos, you've said certain things. I think that there's a lot of things that have been said from said individual that is really just not great for the brand. However, the Lock-It foundation, it bangs. If you're looking for a full coverage, just cement, brick foundation, this is the one. Do you know what? I'll take it back. This sponge is too much work for like full foundation. I'll use it in the other areas. I've got to say, the Lock-It foundation is one of my favorite full coverage foundations. But I do think that once I finish this bottle, we're done. Even though, we want to cancel certain people and cancel certain brands, it's expensive. People are going in and out of fashion like water. Guys, like, do you see that base? It's just so flawless. I love it, but I think after this bottle is done, it's in the bin. No. The next brand that I have been, not say afraid, but like quite cautious to talk about is actually Shiseido. And the reason being is because where have Shiseido been? Where have you been? Like, I recently worked with Shiseido. I went to Paris with them. Back in the day, I had used some Shiseido items. Not that many, because I didn't really know anything about the brand. I didn't really think it was for me. It was more like an Asian brand. And then they were literally gone, like into the dust, into thin air. Recently, they reached out and they told me we're relaunching their makeup. They took everything off, redesigned it, created this whole new collection, whole new look and feel. And basically, it's a whole new collection of products. It's really hard to say that you like something or that you want to try something when it's very, very new. People don't necessarily believe you anymore. But going to meet the brand and to connect with them, to meet Patrick Tar, who is the global color artist for Shiseido, as well as meet some of the other teams, I was in awe, bearing in mind that I am a bit of a science buff. And she was talking about how they mix certain ingredients, how they change their formulas. So they have whip powders and everything's about texture. It's all really soft, luxurious, moisture based, and it's about how you feel when you put the makeup on. And then it's also all about like just this science and technology and like beauty reimagined. How amazing is the new packaging? I just think it looks really stunning, really modern. I became a fan. Now, alongside Shiseido, one of the brands that I've been afraid to talk about liking is Morphe. And the reason being is they've had a lot of controversy, but to be honest, I'm here in the UK. I'm like, I'm not involved. I don't have a Morphe code, and I see the stuff, and I never got to partake. And so I actually recently got this. This is called the Artistry Palette. I do not have a coupon code or anything like that. But you're trying to tell me that this isn't popping? No? The prices are decent, and I know like everyone was like promoting them and that kind of thing, but you know, I've got a palette, I'm gonna use it, and I think this has got some really nice transition shades. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my lids. I'm actually going to use the new 24-hour Studio Fix concealer from MAC, just so that I can get lots of pop. So I'm gonna go ahead with like an orangey brown. I'm gonna go in with this shade from the Shiseido palette. Such a beautiful, like creamy pigment. Like it just makes you look like I'm $1,000,000. Actually, I'm just gonna go in with slightly stronger transition color. I'm gonna use this short shader brush just to put this shade on my lid. Now I'm actually using Sigma brushes for the first time because I've got this amazing Sigma brush set and they're kind of banging. First time for everything. Now this is super cool. Look at this. Can you see this? I'm gonna bring it up close. This is really cool. I love the angle and it works so well. Oh my gosh. What I really loved when I like kind of connected with Shiseido was how much time and effort they spent in like innovation, research and development, and like product development. They really want to create stuff that's really useful, really good quality, and they take their time to do it. And like it's when you get items like this that you're like, oh, I never thought I would have needed that, but I do. And guys, I'm not normally good at doing a winged liner. It's literally my Achilles heel, but that's so easy. And I'm also going in with the Imperial Lash. So my eyes are all about the Shiseido right now. Oh my God, this one here, it's so hard to say I do this. I'm really sorry. I like bonding glue for my eyelashes. This is only for my weave wearers and my extension wearers who know about how good this is for your tracks. It really works on the eyelashes. Now I'm gonna give you guys a warning because I do not want anyone doing this. Not meant to be used around the eyes, but it works so good. And for special occasions or when I can't find any eyelash glue, I will bring out the bonding glue and my eyelashes will stay in place for a season. I don't have to take them off. It's kind of ghetto, but I love it. Stay in place lash. Okay, so next up is a product that I can still say I like and I use, and I know this brand was cancelled. I was part of the club cancelling the brand, but sometimes it's kind of like being an addict, and when a product is good, a product is good, and it is Tarte. And obviously they kind of had the like wrong shades or not enough shades being like, you know, created for their new foundation that everyone was expecting. But I'm not gonna lie, I still use and love the Shape Tape concealer. Yeah, I use it, and I was annoyed and frustrated because I do feel like sometimes there's a little bit of like baiting when some of the brands aren't as inclusive. The more I get into the industry, I understand more. And then I also realized that sometimes some people do stuff for attention, and I do feel like last year Tarte did what they did for attention. However, the Shape Tape is really good, and I believe they did release more shades of the foundation, but I think what's crazy is that I don't think anyone bought it. Oops. Don't crucify me for this, but we, some of us can like be like, you need to produce our product, and then when they produce it, we don't buy it. So it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, and you find that people are just doing stuff to meet the quota. Like, well, we have to do it now because it's trendy. And I never want a brand to produce something for me just because it's trendy. I think that's just annoying. Oh, everything looks so good. This is like my best makeup right now. Like, I really feel like I'm really happy with how my makeup looks. Though I feel like I'm being cancelled left, right, and center right now. I'm sorry. To contour, I'm gonna use my Fenty stick. Ain't no problems with Fenty. Although this stick, not everyone liked it, but I have grown to like it. I love this brush because it's like a finger. Look at this. It's weird from Shiseido, but it's kind of like using your finger. It's got the same kind of texture and effect, which is super cool. This is the small contour brush from Sigma. Next up, I'm gonna highlight, this is another product from Shiseido. This is called Aura Dew. This is the shade Solar. And we know I was saying about how they do everything with like kind of like, I'm gonna call it like melted, wicked, bouncy texture. This highlight is like so liquidy, creamy. It's like liquid gold, darling. Like, look at that. This is very different to the texture I'm usually used to for a highlighter, but it looks more like water on my face versus like very powdery. So for blush, I'm actually gonna go in with an eyeshadow. This is by Terry. I actually made this, and there's this dark purple shade here, which I think is gonna look really good as a blush on me. And you guys know, I say this, like, you can use stuff however you wanna use it. It's such a rich plum. I'm just gonna blend it because I can actually see like it's strong. So this one's kind of a hard, bitter pill to swallow for myself, and I'm sure many other people, when it comes to KKW Beauty. When it first came out, there were definitely some dodgy products and some money grab, you know, activities going on, and shades that were just looking all kinds of awful. However, the collection has developed. And I feel like the Cherry palette is my go-to everyday palette. I use it every day. Literally, I don't know if it's called the Cherry palette, but it's like the warm, neutrally cherry, whatever. I'll put a picture of it here. I literally use that palette every day. I can use it for casual day. I can use it for dramatic night. I can use it as a base and then enhance it with other colors. It's actually so good. And even one of the shades in there, I used to powder under my eyes when I couldn't find my powder. I used the shade under my eyes. As much as I didn't want to like it, some of the products are really good. This liner from this lip collection from KKW Beauty, one of my favorites. It is my favorite liner alongside Chestnut and Bittersweet from MAC. As you can see, this liner gets so much use. It's just the perfect brown. And in all honesty, I never thought I would be saying like, I love KKW Beauty. They got the perfect brown for me. But that is actually my current truth. And then I'm gonna go in with one of the Shiseido Modern Matte Powder Lipsticks. This shade is called Nude Street. And this is a really nice matte without the kind of like dry, crumbly, matte texture. I can't use like liquid matte lipsticks. My lips are allergic to almost every single brand of them, but obviously I still like the look. And I think that this one, we got it, honey, we got it. So guys, that is it from me. These are some of the brands and the products that I was once afraid to say that I use and I like, but I want to keep it as real as possible. We don't need to be hiding our truth, okay? If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. Thank you so much for watching, and in the meantime, I will catch you later. Bye.